Hey, it's Niamh, and oh my gosh, this is the first video I've recorded and shared for the public in almost a year, which for someone who teaches video making and marketing is sort of like, Home Alone style shocking. But there's been a really good reason for that. And I wanted to share this video with you to let you know what I've been up to, where I've been in the last year or so that you haven't been seeing public videos from me. But also in this video, I have an ask for you. And it's potentially the chance for you and I to actually meet in person and for you to get me working on your business, which is something that I haven't offered in a long time. And I'll tell you more about that in a bit. So I'm going to be asking for a little bit of help from you. This video might go a tiny bit long because a lot has happened in the last year, but I promise that if it gets overly rambly, I will edit it down for you. So whatever you're seeing now is the most condensed version I could get. So first and foremost, I think it's really important to understand that in marketing, there's teaching marketing and there's doing marketing. And anyone who's really good at teaching marketing has also spent a lot of time doing marketing. You only really get sometimes you get people who are a little bit shady who teach stuff that they just learned from someone else. But really you'll find that the really powerful teachers spent a lot of time marketing and experimenting and playing and tinkering and finding out what works and what doesn't and really getting underneath it and understanding why the things that they find work are working for them. And that's when they begin to teach. So I have been absolutely in doing mode for the last year. I have not stopped working. I've actually been working really hard behind the scenes on some of the things that you know about and some things that you don't know about, which has been kind of crazy. It's been a huge year for me. For one thing, I have been able to not just meet, but work with and consult with three of the people that I've absolutely followed and idolized for years in the sort of marketing space. And when I say consult with, I don't mean them consulting with me on my business. I mean me consulting with them on some of the new marketing things that they're going to be doing, some of the cool ways that the internet is really getting better. Some of the old kind of crappy manipulative things are falling away. And so there's this whole new space for a really more powerful conversation. And it's been really cool to be able to see how some of these people I idolize work behind the scenes and help them in, designing and constructing things that are really powerful to move forward into this sort of new era. So it's been so thrilling. I really can't even tell you. But I want to rewind to the start of last year because a few big things happened then that really set the tone for my whole year. First and foremost, I stopped doing one-on-one coaching and consulting. You might not know this because I'm mostly known for teaching video, but one of the biggest things I've always done in my business is consult with people on business design, is help them to create businesses that are really aligned to them, that help them have the kind of life and lifestyle that they want, that they feel really great about the products and offerings, and that they're marketing in a way that's powerful and connects to the right audience, but still feels really good to them, that they can feel super proud of every aspect of their business so that it's fulfilling instead of this sort of draining, worrying, concerning thing that it can be. And that's always been fun. That's been a huge passion of mine. But it got to the point where, and I'm trying to say this in a way that doesn't sound, whatever, it's just going to sound how it sounds. It got to the point where in order for it to be worth the time and the energy and the focus that it takes, because when you're consulting with someone, you're not just there for the hour or whatever it is. You're thinking about it. You're giving brain space to it. And I found that the amount that I would have had to charge to make it worth the time that it took and the energy and space that it took would have been astronomical. It was a number I just didn't feel great about charging anyone. So I just said, okay, I'm not doing one-on-one work anymore. And it's been kind of sad because people have asked me throughout the year, can you do a one-self coaching with me? Can you help me on my business design? Can you look at my business model? And I've always said no. And that's because I just couldn't find a number that would be worth it for me and that I'd feel like was really, great and easy for them. So That's been where that has come in, but that's freed up an enormous amount of time and energy. The other thing is I stopped doing the giant free Ignite video challenge. It was happening twice a year and thousands of people were doing it. And it was this huge drain on energy and resources. And I found that it was sort of, at that level, it was becoming sort of overwhelming for the people that were doing it as well, because there was just so much going on and energetically it was just huge. So we went from that and we decided to make it a smaller, more curated experience. So we made it a paid offering, not a lot, but we made it a paid offering instead of free. So people had to really commit, and we limited the spaces. And oh my goodness, that has made Ignite so much more powerful. It's been a much more curated experience for people. They can have that transformation in that intimate setting that feels really great for them. And from our side, from the team side and my side, it's been so much better because we could really focus in on delivering this powerful experience to a smaller group. So instead of doing it 2 times a year to a big group, we switched to doing it 5 times a year to a small and intimate group. And that change, I can't go on enough about how amazing that was, because that was a win-win. That was great for the team and our energy levels and our resources, and great for the audience because the people who were doing it were having a much better experience. So that was huge. So both of those 2 things that happened were me kind of stepping back from things in my business that weren't really serving me and my audience anymore, and freeing up some time and space. And then the other thing that happened at the beginning of last year, I went to an event in Austin, and I went to this with just a really open mind, like, oh, I'm just going to go see what this is about. It was being run by a couple of people that I follow and love, and I kind of wanted to meet them in person. That was mainly what I was going. It's like, I just want to meet them in person. But that event literally changed my life from then. Like, I came home and everything was instantly different. And the reason why was because I had some massive realizations about what I want to be doing. And I was able to connect and form a really powerful partnership with someone I've followed for a long time. And that someone is Sean Platt. Now, Sean, most of the stuff that he does is totally invisible. The only sort of thing that he's known for is, marketing in the self-publishing industry. However, he has done and does so much more than that. He has a really powerful network. Some of the people he knows made me go like, wow. Some of the people he's consulted for and worked for and, helped them with their marketing, I've gone like, wow. So he's sort of like a dinosaur in the internet marketing space. He probably would hate being called a dinosaur. He's not old, but he's been doing copywriting forever. In fact, there is a very high chance that if you've been online, you've seen some of his work and some of the campaigns that he's been behind. So he's been doing this for a lot of years. And what he's really good at is copywriting and storytelling. So he's excellent at helping people to find a message that's going to be powerful for them and that's going to really reach through to the heart of their audience. He has an enormous heart. What I connected with him almost instantly on was his values, that, he wasn't into manipulating people and, increasing that conversion rate, without thinking about anything else. He's very much about empowering audiences, helping them to feel great about what they're doing, helping them to make great decisions, and helping businesses to support that. And so we connected very much on that level of, we're both super into non-manipulative marketing. We're both super into how marketing can change the world and how entrepreneurs and businesses can have a really powerful impact. And so we connected immediately on that level, and I started to work with him. So I worked with him in his company, sort of behind the scenes, consulting with the marketing department, which has been so cool. I know that I helped a lot. I know that I was able to come with some really creative ideas and help them to adjust some of the things they're doing. But sneakily, behind the scenes, I've also been learning a ton. I've been like a little sponge. Speaking of sponges, I had to stop there for a water break because I'm just talking. It's so exciting. When I get excited, my mouth kind of dries out. Anyway, so yes, I've been absolutely like a sponge and learning and growing so much, not just as a marketer and as an entrepreneur, but as a person. I found that that I'm holding myself to an even higher standard, and I'm reaching new levels of what I can do and am doing in my life and in my business. And it's been really, really exciting. And then, of course, through Sean, what we discovered was that we work really well together. We're both excellent at ideas. So between the two of us, when we work with someone or consult with someone, we've discovered that we can just come up with ideas like that, come up with really creative solutions someone hasn't been able to see, to help them align like what they want with what they think is possible, and making sure that what they're working on is in alignment. So it's been really, really fun. We have actually consulted outside of the company with a couple of people, one of whom is I got to talk to yesterday, and it's someone who I have followed forever, and I took one of their marketing courses years ago, and it completely changed how I do business and how I approach things. So getting to not just meet this person, and I'm sorry for saying this person, I'm not telling your name, but there's confidentiality involved, you know. So like, not just meet them, but consult with them and help them on a new marketing strategy. It's just really been mind-blowing, and I'm really, really grateful for the year that I've had. I know it's one I will look back on and go, wow, okay, I was maybe a little bit publicly quiet, but holy crap, did I grow so much in that year and in the things I was doing. But of course, how does this affect you? I promised you that there was going to be something, a way for you and I to potentially meet in person. And so that's what is coming up for me now. So I have decided that I'm going to spend the month of April in Austin, Texas, in order to do some work on the ground with Sean and with his company. And I was like, well, if I'm going to be in the States for a month, that's a lot of time. And a lot of it is just, exciting because me and my family want to take a long visit somewhere. But I was thinking, well, this might be the perfect opportunity to do some sort of event. So I know people have been asking me for years. They've been emailing in, they've been telling my friends and asking me to do events for a long, long time. And I've always said no. I haven't wanted to hold an event somewhere far away, somewhere that's that for the majority of my audience, somewhere that like they have to go on this epic journey just to get there, and part of it as well is just, it's not been my business focus. My business focus has been on teaching business design on a one-on-one level, and on teaching video and video marketing and connection marketing through video. And so there just hasn't really been space for an event in my life. So being in Austin for this whole month, I thought, this is really a great opportunity to finally hold an event. I really do love working with people on that business design level and on the level of helping them to make the next powerful steps in their business. And while the one-on-one work has really not fit into what I'm doing at the moment, I thought, how great would it be to really be there with people, be in a room with people, helping them on their business, helping them to go to the next step and the next stage. Last year, it really was an event and being in person that had the most powerful impact and completely redirected my whole life in the most amazing way. And I really want that for my audience. I don't want to, go off and have these powerful experiences and then come back and say, okay, I'm only going to talk about video, because I really believe that we can lift each other up together. And I really do believe in the power of entrepreneurship and of people sharing their message in the world. And so I want to help people do that. And this just seemed like a really great opportunity. Plus, being that I'll be in Austin doing some work with Sean, I can invite Sean to come along. Some of the consulting work that we have done together has been super powerful because we just bounce off each other and have more and more creative solutions and ideas, and we can really hone in on what's going to absolutely help take someone to the next level and the next step. So I invited him to join me. I just said, hey, I'm thinking about doing an event. What do you think about that? And he was sort of like, oh, well, I don't really do that. He has flat out said he's not doing any more events, but I really begged him and twisted his arm, and he did say, okay, Niamh, if you can get a room full of people who are excited to be there, let's do this. So that comes to how you can help me. I want to know what you want. I was thinking about the different types of events I can do, the different types of content we can have at it. And, I was trying to narrow it down, and finally I was like, you know what? Why don't I just ask you what you want? So if you are interested in meeting me in person and attending an event, I would love for you to fill out this poll. So I'll have the link somewhere around this video. And in that, I want you to tell me, answer the questions and tell me what it is that you want, what it is, what kind of event would be most exciting for you, and what it is that you would probably be most likely to want to do. I really want you to fill in this poll only if you're serious, only if you're like, you know what, I seriously am interested in coming to something. You're not committing to anything. I just want to get really solid information so that I can give you what you want, essentially. So if you're interested in meeting me and you're interested in coming to an event and doing some cool things, then definitely fill in the poll. The other great thing about that is when I do, decide, make some decisions of what it's going to be like, and open up the event to people, there will naturally be limited spaces, and I'm going to open it up to the people who filled in the poll first. Okay. So if you want first pick, if you want first option to jump in before any of the places go, then make sure you filled this in. It's going to really help me out, and it'll help me help you. Oh my God, this video is long. I'm sorry. Thank you for getting all the way through it. I really, really value and treasure, everyone who's followed me throughout the years. I am thrilled that we've had this year where I was able to sort of quietly be behind the scenes, growing and learning. And I promise to talk to you more. And in that vein, I'm going to come with another video next week, and we'll see how we go from there. But I'm thrilled to be back. I feel like this was an important year for me, and potentially for you. Some of the growth that I've had can help you to transform as well. I've totally changed enormous aspects in my life and in my business, and I want the same thing for you. So if that's what you want and you're interested in meeting up with me and hanging out, then make sure to fill in that poll for me, and I will see you in next week's video. Lots of love. Bye.